what's up guys? I'm BTC. This is a follow-up to the video that I posted yesterday about troll picks in Overwatch. If you didn't catch that, go and check it out. It's on the channel. Now, in that video, I basically went over what Blizzard's view of bad characters in the game are and how they want to treat people who perceive certain characters as troll picks. So today, there was a new post that showed up on the official Blizzard forums, and it was a player who was complaining to Blizzard that his account is being muted or silenced because he keeps getting reported because he is a Symmetra main. So let me quickly read you his little post right there. It is, Blizzard, you need to fix your reporting system. I'm sick of people reporting me for playing unpopular heroes, in this case Symmetra, in quick play and competitive, and having those reports result in my account being silenced. It's the definition of harassment and abusing players for playing heroes you've put in the game. And then Jeff Kaplan, the game director over at Overwatch, responded by saying, "We're actively working on this right now. It's going to take some time for all of the changes we want to do to get implemented, but starting in patch 1.5, you'll start to see the early beginnings of the changes to the reporting system. More changes will come in subsequent patches." Now, the changes he's talking about, I believe, are the ability to report people specifically for going AFK in the spawn or whatever, intentionally losing, or simply griefing, I believe. Like, they're basically breaking it down because right now when you try to report somebody, you basically just put it under harassment, and then you say this person is griefing, or this person is intentionally losing, or, you know, whatever it happens to be. Now, I don't think that this is going to solve that guy's problem, because people are just going to start filing it under griefing, and they're just going to continue saying that he's trolling by playing this character in competitive. Now, for quick play, I don't really care, because quick play is just meant to be kind of silly. It's meant to be kind of fun. You know, you can have a 6-stack of divas defending a point if you want. It's quick play. It's meant to be more kind of chaotic. But in a competitive situation, a lot of people take it seriously, because in competitive, they don't want to just play the game for lols. They want to actually try to do their best and try to actually climb the ladder. I mean, that's why a lot of people get really frustrated when they get stuck, or when they start sliding down, or they get put into, you know, the trench or elo hell, or whatever it happens, whatever you happen to want to call it. So I don't think that these changes are actually going to stop this guy from getting reported, and he's still going to continue to get his account silenced. Now, the question is, if someone is deliberately playing bad characters in competitive, should you report them? Now, this guy that made this post sounds incredibly arrogant. Basically, he's saying that it doesn't matter how bad the character is, how underpowered it is, or that the character I want to play doesn't fit in the situation. For example, let's say it's a wide open area. You wouldn't really want to play Reaper because it makes it more difficult for him. Or if it's a really enclosed space, you wouldn't want to play a sniper because it just doesn't work. But this guy's argument is that it doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter what the counter picks are on the enemy team. It doesn't matter any of that. If he wants to play a character, he should be able to play it in a competitive ladder setting without having any sort of punishment for it. Now, I understand people should be able to play the characters that they want to, but if you're going to pick a character and deliberately be a detriment to your team, you're a jackass. And that's what this guy is effectively doing. And he's also playing the victim card. I'm being harassed because I pick an incredibly bad character for the situation, and people ask me to change, and when I refuse to let go my stubborn ways, they report me for basically trolling, which he effectively is. Now, another argument you hear in this thread and in similar situations is that any character can be viable as long as you're good enough, right? Any character can be viable as long as you're good enough. Except that's a bunch of crap. The fact is, any character can be viable if, and only if, you're significantly better than the enemy team. But in the competitive ladder, the matchmaking system is supposed to put you up against people who are of roughly equal skill to you. So if you're playing against people that are roughly the same skill as you, but you're using characters that are weak or underpowered, then you're basically playing at a disadvantage. Now, again, what I said, if you're significantly better than the enemy team, then you can use anything and still win. Back in CSGO, there was a pretty big problem with Smurfs, and to some extent, they're still around, and they still cause problems. Now, if you don't know what a Smurf is, basically, it's a very high-skill player who uses a secondary account or intentionally deranks his main account so he can play against other people who are way, way below his skill level. Now, in CSGO, these Smurfs didn't need to use the AK-47s or the M4s or the Ops or anything else, really. They could basically single-handedly win the match by using pistols. Hell, they could even run around knifing people and still win the match because they were so much better than the people that they were playing against. In Overwatch, if you were to take an extremely high-skill player and throw him against silvers or golds, he could play whatever he wants. He could do attack Symmetra and still probably mop the floor with everybody. But he's not going to be able to do that against people of his same skill level. If he is, let's say you have a 3,500 rank person. If he's playing against other people that are 3,500, he can't use Symmetra and just mop the floor with them. Sure, maybe he can play and he might still win, but he's going to be playing at a pretty big disadvantage. Now, of course, none of this would even be an issue if the characters were properly balanced. So what do you do in this situation? You see somebody on your team who's playing attack Symmetra or attack Torb and effectively adding nothing to your game. I'm assuming most of you would probably ask politely, hey, can you switch off? At which point, this guy stubbornly says, no, I am a main Symmetra, this is all I play. He refuses to change, your team gets absolutely destroyed. What do? Are you going to report him for trolling, for griefing? Or are you just going to let it slide and hope you never get matched up with him again? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys subscribe because there's lots more Overwatch on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and share it with your friends. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.